Testing.
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 Tests.
Testing.
Test.
Testing.
This. We are back.
We are back, y'all. We are back. Look, y'all, we're back to the table. Back to the
Oh,
table,
yeah,
guys.
back to the
Back
table.
to the table. I don't know who. But look, y'all know we keep it transparent. You know, we had a little technical difficulties last week with our mics, but we still was able to make it work. I know y'all might have called it, but we still did what we did. But yeah, we had to bring it back because it was a little bit too far from what we had. You know, we just doing it ourselves. So we ain't got the crew yet.
And maybe we ain't got far enough along in conversation and or healing that we can have a couch convo. We still
Okay,
doing
yeah,
that
right,
table talk.
Right.
So,
yeah, so we back to the table.
Like
table
you
talk.
said, things work for
For the good. You know, Team 828. And that's just what it is, y'all. It is a rainy day.
September 23rd, 24th.
24th. Wait, hold on. A rainy day in Philadelphia. And again, we are back with your favorite hostesses, the Mostesses, Jordan B.
And the lovely lady, Bandy D.
And we're recording live
from the 215.
Where it gets silly.
In Philly.
And we're back again, y'all. But yeah, wait, so it's September 24th.
So September 24th. Yesterday was the end, and I didn't get a chance to do it, but yesterday was the end of restaurant week.
Right. I mean, we did do Devon's.
We did do
And that's actually a new place because Devon, but not a new place. Devon's been here for years. And Devon's is kind of like, to me, I'm sorry, Red, because I know Red Lobster don't really. Everybody's kind of like dwindling off of her a little bit. Seem like
Lobster.
Yeah, but no. What I'm saying, no, that's what I'm saying. She's the I guess upscale Red Lobster as far as I'm saying, because like remember the biscuits was very kind of similar to the biscuits from Red Lobster, and like I said, like the kind of ordeal, the feel, but they definitely are two different places though, of course. But Devon's was really nice, and I love that little, that Rittenhouse feel down there.
I love it too.
And it was raining again last week too, so look, it's been raining. But guess what? We need the rain because it's been a hot summer, and I'm thankful for the rain actually, and it's just symbolic of just blessings coming, a lot of the cleansing that's going on from the summer. A new rainfall, just bringing that good energy, ushering in positive flow. So yeah,
if not harvest season. Because,
well, yeah, it's definitely harvest season.
Like as I told you before in previous episodes, and when we're off the air, our time together to me is in literally 90-day seasons every 3 months. And I was just thinking about that. Probably last week or maybe. When we were at Devon's, just all the rain, and we were talking about how it's like that's the summer washout, like so mind you, the temperature has dropped.
The temperature dropped. Thankfully, like I said, it's been a hot summer. This is my favorite season. I love the fall and I like the spring. I'm not a summer really girl and I'm not a winter girl, but I love the fall. I love neutral weather where I can wear my jacket, where I can wear a nice hoodie. That's my favorite item of clothing anyway, is jackets and hoodies, so I like to wear them. And anytime I can get a chance to wear them, I love it. My sweats.
And you make it look cute too. Yes, you do.
But like I said, I just like to feel comfortable and stuff. This is my kind of weather, so I'm loving it. It was kind of rainy a little extra between last night and today. Kind of got a little hard, but anywho, we're still making it happen. And again, guys, it's awesome to see you, and I'm glad that you guys have checked in and checked us out. Thanks for the comments, and thank y'all for the views, and thank y'all for the love and the DMs and all that you guys always give us throughout the week, personally and together. And again, yes, let's start our show how we always do.
And y'all know how we always do.
We gotta Christian the place and bless the atmosphere with our words of affirmation. Our positive words of affirmation. We always have to stress that we are in a new time and place, and I think our healing journeys and just a new place in life where we have got to start changing to the narrative on just a lot of different things and just life in general, especially the way we speak to each other, and not only to each other but to ourselves, because we say things in the heat of the moment not knowing that, again, our words hold so much weight and hold so much power. So when we say things like I'm depressed, I'm broke, I'm sick, I'm stressed, you're bringing that to yourself. You know, you're actually manifesting that, and you wonder why you're having sickness, or you wonder why you're in pain, you wonder why you're having a bad day, because you're bringing that energy to yourself. So we got to change that. We want to start speaking blessings over ourselves so we can start receiving them and seeing them, and
and that's why we do what we do here.
Start living them.
Energy, because if we not transparent and clear and conscious of what we're doing, then what we giving is voice. So I think you should begin this week because I started last week.
All right, awesome. I am down with that. So I will start with mine. We feel valuable.
We feel valuable.
We feel destined for greatness.
We feel destined for greatness. Did I get that right?
Yes. We feel comfortable in our skin.
We feel comfortable in our skin.
Yes. The last but not least. We feel responsible.
We feel responsible.
Yes. That's it for me.
Straight to the point. I like that. Okay, so for me, mines were a little bit quite not orthodox, like how we normally do. So I'm not quite sure how to throw the I and the we, but we speak as a collective. Okay. So, I'll start by saying, despite how we feel, control what's in our grasp.
Oh, well, that's fine. You don't gotta. If that's how you wrote it. Despite how we feel, what?
Control what's in our grasp.
We will control what's in our grasp. Mm-hmm.
Focus on what matters. We have life to fulfill.
Focus on what matters. We have life to fulfill.
We are learning to love without complaint.
We are learning to love without complaint.
And finally, it's a little bit long.
It's always tough. Unorthodox for sure.
It's a little bit long.
Okay,
so treat every day new. Today is now, yesterday is gone, and tomorrow has yet to come.
Oh, well, let's do that together.
Okay.
Come on, let's say it together.
Treat every day new.
Treat every day new.
Today is now.
Today is now. Today.
Yesterday is gone.
Yesterday is gone.
And tomorrow has yet to come.
And tomorrow has yet to come. That's it. Well, there you go, guys. There you go. Again, take it, receive it. And and hold on to that throughout the week, and just remember that. And again, just say your own affirmations throughout the day. When you wake up early in the morning, like when you look in that mirror, tell yourself how much you love yourself, how much you're worthy, how much you're valuable, how much you are amazing. All that. So, what's up?
Welcome to the week,
girl. It's been a week. But I had a good. Well, Well, yeah, let's go ahead. I had a good week. And it was pretty busy. But again, my job, we have new management, so it's been different. A lot of the old. That's how I know that it's really a new season, because a lot of the old is going away and a lot of the new was coming in. And I've been working at my job for like 2 years, so I've been used to a lot of the people that's been there. But a lot of people have again moved up, have been promoted, but moved in different positions and da da da. So a lot of people have moved to different stores, and now it's kind of like me and a few other people are starting to have to step up to the plate. So it's been a little nerve wracking. It's been kind of different, but I'm loving the challenge. I'm loving to see myself in just this leadership role, more so because as much as how other people may see that, see your and like how I think I look at myself as an unintentional leader, because again I'm just like myself on how I just move, and it's like if I got my people, I got my peoples. I don't really I never look at it like I'm in charge of people, or
well, maybe you should, because maybe it's just your perception of what leadership is.
Right.
I hear you say unintentionally, and sometimes us being a leader, like you said, we didn't choose it. Right. It's just in us.
Yes.
So rather than relaxing on
that is not
intentional, it is intentional.
Right.
You in your words better, if it's in you, it's in you. Yeah. So
like I said, but that's my week. My business, and guys, Lord's will. Like I said, I'm gearing up this week. This week is my birthday, so so when y'all see me next week, Lord's will, a girl will be 36 in the mix. A girl will be 36, and I just feel good this year. I just feel good this year, and I just feel good this year. And just like this year feels kind of different than a lot of different years, because again, it's post, or pre. Post means after, right?
Yes.
Okay, so post pandemic, my life has been in just a whole different thing, and I've just been loving. I'm starting to, I think, celebrate myself more. And I think even around my birthdays, like how we had a conversation about our birthdays, and I remember you asked me just how I feel about it, and I'm just like, girl, I'm kind of like numb to my birthdays because of the fact that I kind of left home early, never really celebrated like that. Had parents that kind of was like you earn it kind of thing. So if I was bad, it wasn't a birthday, and I was pretty much bad all the time. So it was hardly a birthday. But and then my parents was old school, so they didn't really have parties and all that. You know what I mean? It wasn't like one of them young parents. It was very old school. You get what you get when you get what you get, if you get it, and that's just it. And like I said, me leaving home, early also, and just being out there on the streets and doing my thing, you're not thinking of your birthday. I mean, you think of it, but nobody really celebrating it because you out here trying to survive. You know what I mean? That's it's right. Like, girl, I'm not worried about my birthday, girl. I'm worried about it, but it's like, and then your trauma bond girlfriends ain't really trying to celebrate you like that. You know what I mean? It's effed up. But just trauma bond girlfriends ain't trying to celebrate you like that, and that's messed up. But like I said, now with my new friendship, it reminds me my girl brought me a gift. I don't know if I'm gonna open it. Are you gonna open it or are you gonna open it on pie? Should I? I think you should. Oh my gosh, girl. But she got me a present, guys. So let's open it.
After she clawed the door down, talking about, can I get a pre-gift? Like, yes, I didn't even know there were even multiple gifts, but okay.
You did give me a slight hit, but yeah, let's see what's up. We can do this real quick, a little unboxing.
A little unboxing. But yeah, so she asked me, she said, can she get a pre-gift? And I didn't even hesitate. I said, you know what? I said, yeah. But it was the way she said it. I wish y'all would have heard how she said it. Look, she like, what?
Bitch, you are freaking crazy.
How am I crazy? What?
Oh my God. Don't make me get ready. Like, yeah. Literally emotional.
But she was like, you know what?
Oh my God, why can't
I just have to.
Wait, okay, right, this way. Y'all got me some girl. She was like, they can't freeze. I know how much time
we can do what we do, but
look. Oh my gosh, y'all! I've been wanting some cowgirl boots so bad. They gotta fit. God, they gotta fit. I'm about to make it fit. Wait, let me see.
That's
no, but I said, I mean, like this is my style.
the pre-gift.
It's a pre-gift though. Yeah, because we don't care, right? Yeah.
It's a no.
No, it's a yes. Yeah. I get a little tight, but I'm gonna have to work her in. No, but she's perfect. She's perfect. Yes. Yes.
That ain't even a full excitement for real. Y'all just, y'all not even gonna, you guys aren't even gonna see, you know, but there'll still be some excitement left. But she's still gonna get
But thank you, Frank.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome.
So, see, then this is what I'm saying, girl. You know, this is dope. But again, I'm just happy, you know. I just been, like I said, just a little bit more happy about my birthdays now because I've been celebrating me more now, you know. So it makes you feel like, okay, you know, it just feels good. So, but happy birthday to me. Next week, Lord will, we're gonna see me. The old girl. A girl will be 36. So, thank you, God, for that. Thank you. Big ups to the big man upstairs. All right. So, how was your week, though?
My week was good. But most of all, I think my week really reflects on a lot of what, to piggyback off what you said about the changing of the season, challenges, things going out, things being new, and to add on to that, things coming to the light. Mm-hmm. You know, so for me, I'm gonna say my week was good because I didn't allow my emotions to, I guess, in a sense, get the best of me over a situation that I couldn't prevent because what's done was done.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So I am at the brink of the beginning of the season, starting new, you know, in a good sense. Mm-hmm. Let's in a monetary sense.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know, but overall it's been good for me. And the excitement from your birthday because, like you, my trauma bond friends.
No, for real.
My trauma bond friends wouldn't celebrate me, and they probably can say the same about me too.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
right.
But
like I said, we was in that trauma bond era where it was like you said. I don't know. Like I said, like even when you was with your friends, like you know, how just certain. Because even though I was surrounded by a few girls, it was like certain people only banged with certain people. So it was like you catch the clickage even inside the clique,
right?
You know, but like you said, it's just you got to be honest. It was trauma bonds, and again, it wasn't celebrated. When you know, you can tell when you're around the right people because you're celebrated for real around the right people. The right people will celebrate you for real without asking, without having to say anything, without having to hint, without having to be a tit for tat. Oh, you do this for me, I gotta do this for you. Like you said, we just look out at each other on some humbug. Like you'll surprise me some days with something, I'll surprise you. You'll look out, you know, for stuff. And I appreciate, like I said, I appreciate stuff like that, and I value that because that makes me also learn how to be more like that too. Because like you said, I have my little syndromes, you know, like my syndromes, but you know, you're helping me, you know, do that because like I said, I'm not a selfish person at all. Like I said, now I might have selfish ways with certain stuff, but I'm not a selfish person. But you know how sometimes, like how you say, she always say I got only child syndrome, but you know I am the youngest, and I do kind of, you know, a little bit. Sometimes I can be a little about me sometimes, but now, you know, I have somebody that can also be about them too, you know, on a good note. So that's dope.
Yeah. So I I think the highlight of my week was knowing that your birthday is coming. Like I said, I'm excited for your birthday because I haven't had anybody that I felt like I could celebrate, on a extension type thing, not a family member,
right,
but a friend.
right.
You know what I mean? And actually see them appreciate it. Because like you said, what's in you is in you. Like if you was a former friend of mine, I've always been the same way. So maybe that's why I feel a little spoiled in some areas. But I say all that to say I enjoy. Sometimes it's about the appreciation, and I know you are an appreciative person. And
I'm going to let you know that and like I said, and especially and what makes it again, what makes it even more better is when somebody like how you just when somebody listens to what you say and does something for you, and like that means you listen to what I say, and that means something to me because that's really was something that I've been wanting. The summer's over, but I'm still gonna rock. But that's because I wanted something for the summer. I kept saying I want a little bit, but now I got something for next summer, and I can still rock these a little bit until it get cold. I can rock them for a little bit, so I got me a little fat. I like it. So let's get on to hot topics.
Yeah,
let's start seeing what we have thought this week because it's been like you want to go. Yeah, you go first.
All right, I'll start really quick.
Or we can go we can go pong.
I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to begin. So really quick, this wasn't on my hot topic list. You see me just add this now.
Okay.
So I don't know who Charleston White is.
Okay.
But Charleston White has affiliation with the music industry, people behind the scenes. But apparently he's a whistleblower, and his whole you know the whistleblower.
Yeah, somebody that gets a tease at.
Right. So people in the industry don't really play him close as they want to because whoop-de-whoop. Well,
let's get a tease at.
Well, Charleston White had apparently met or was invited by this gamer, and this is why it piqued my interest because I'm a gamer. But I'm not a game streamer like Twitch and all that. I'm not into all that. But I'm conscious that people make money off it.
You want to give me a PS up?
My PSN.
Yeah. Give me a PSN. Yes, we're going to eat.
But this guy named Aiden Ross, who's a known Twitch streamer or whatever, was just exposed by Charleston White for allegedly reaching out to young gamers, preferably boys, and luring them with the whole shopping. I take you out for a good time, whoop-de-whoop, to bring them back to his place. Exactly. Except he doesn't actually do the fornicating or anything. He sets it up, and it happens while he's twitching, and I guess it goes on in the back room. There is a video that's freshly surfaced of Aiden Ross, the Twitch guy, talking to his streamers, and then out of nowhere, these two young black guys come out, and what looks like a younger or young, just like them, Caucasian, non-binary person.
Okay.
And the first thing Aiden says is when they all come out of the room, he's like, "What is that smell?" And he's live, and it's like he humiliates people at the same time, but at the same time, I guess how Charleston was saying, it's a ritual that he does. He lures the young guys in to do these heinous sexual acts.
Well, like what?
Just
like so. Okay, wait. So the boys know after he does all the luring them in with the gifts and stuff.
Well, see, they're not aware of it because if you think of in a gamer world, everybody's connected. Everybody's thinking about games. Nobody's thinking about being worked or done. You know what I mean? So if it's like a famous Twitcher reaches out and says, "Yo, come to my pad, come game, let's get some points up, whoop-de-whoop," and I'm a young tunnel vision gamer, like it just sounds like, oh, okay, bet. Like I get street cred for being around him. I get networking cred. You know what I mean? That's a real come up. So naturally, no young boy is gonna be like or gonna think twice into it. But because Charleston White is not a young person, he somehow Aiden reached out to him, and he knew just how Aiden's advancement was that reminded him of how P. Diddy approached him, other rappers, and he was just like, no, like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, we ain't doing that. Why you want to take me shots?
Oh, so that's who got that. That's who's exposing him now.
Yes.
Aiden, the one who's already been through this.
No, Charleston White is exposing
Aiden. Okay, so
Yes.
Aiden's okay.
So Aiden is the culprit.
Okay, Aiden's a culprit. Cause I was getting the name.
Yes, he's bringing these young boys in and having them do, you know, I guess, let's say people's telling him to do this and we pay you for this.
What are they doing? If he's supposed to smell, like, was he pooping in here?
Well, it looked like, and these are allegations, just look like, and we're going to post the video. Y'all know how we do now.
Clippies.
It looked like it was a threesome going on. It looked, you know, two black guys and one non-binary person, you know. And then there was a question asked, like, you know, who was the best? And everybody looked at the non-binary person.
What?
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it. If it takes killing.
This is when Aiden Ross, one of the biggest streamers, enters the picture. I have spoken about Aiden Ross a few times on the channel, and I already established that Aiden was an industry plant from day one. His connection with LeBron James and his son Bronny James before his fame proves he is a plant who was put in place by the elite to push the agenda. So it's not surprising that early on in Aiden's career, he was pushing the Lil Nas X agenda. Acting sus with the rappers he invited on stream was what made him more popular to the mainstream. Aiden himself has admitted to selling his soul for fame and fortune during a conversation with Andrew Tate.
Really? I wasn't going to say that. I sold my soul, yes. Who'd you sell it to? LA. Okay. Million Bitcoin. I do your souls? Really? I wasn't going to say that. I sold my soul, yes.
This is how Aiden was able to become one of the richest streamers in the world. This is how he went from a nobody to hosting streams with Bronny James as a guest before he even had any type of fame. Aiden is a puppet on the strings of the elite, and through Aiden, the elite tried to use Charleston. A couple days back, Aiden Ross was posting content that featured Charleston White. This was a surprise to many, as they never expected these two together. After this stream, it appears that Aiden invited Charleston to hang out with him and make content in person. Charleston spent 2 to 3 days with Aiden Ross before they got into a heated disagreement on stream that caused Charleston to leave Aiden. Not long after this happened, Charleston jumped on live to expose Aiden for trying to recruit him. Charleston went on a rant where he stated that he survived the Illuminati, which we know is the Freemasons. He also states that Aiden was trying to have him do some Lil Nas X activities with him. According to Charleston, when he refused to play along with Aiden, Aiden called the police on him and had him kicked out of a hotel room.
Say, top of the morning, everybody. We still out here in Vegas. Say, I just want to let y'all know we got a new docu-series. Charleston White escaping the Illuminati.
Ain't really don't seem like nothing. They did.
Yeah, it seems like they was really playing test.
Man, that boy Bandman Kiva done sent that to everybody. And boy, they been coming for that. Yeah, they been coming for that. Yeah. That boy done got that out in the industry, and they secretly sharing that with people. Boy, and they coming.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where, as though, if you already know what goes on behind the scenes, like Charleston White, since he already knows what goes on, he knows what to listen and look for. And he said it didn't take him long before he realized, this is what you be doing to these boys. Like, this is what you be, and then you turn around and humiliate them. So no, you don't do the act yourself. You know what I mean?
You set it
up. You set it up. And then while you're live streaming, you humiliate it. And see, only those who know. You know, because they're not talking specifically, you know, giving deeds and everything, but it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see. And then in the one clip, the one boy, you could clearly see he's uncomfortable. And
Okay, so I'm guessing that he does maybe pry on the ones that he knows is like visibly gay.
No, these boys,
Or like, is he turning these boys out too?
he's probably being a negative influence.
Right.
They went on to there are videos that go on and to talk about how gamers, the statistic, they had interviewed several gamers, and even some gamers come out and say only a true gamer doesn't have any affiliation with the outside life. No girls. They masturbate, eat, and play the games. And when you know that mastermind of a gamer, it's easy to manipulate, especially if you are that same exact type of mindset, a bit more mature.
Right.
Now you've discovered, hey, I have a little bit of power. You know what I mean? They're not going to fight it if I use what they like, kind of what they doing in the big world, across the world, in the nation. If I paint this picture like we just gaming, we're just bros. If I say I got
just bros,
you know what I'm saying? If I say, yo, dude, you're funny, I dare you to go, I dare you to let him give you fellatio.
Because that's what they give. That's crazy. That's
sick. It's sick.
And he's like giving one of the weird creeps that's just setting the anything. Say he not doing nothing because he know that.
It's funny that you said that. They call them geek freaks.
Geek freaks. So is it like? Do you think it's like a porn category for these people?
It wouldn't surprise me if it was.
Like
but what's
it's
more?
It's like a porn category.
But what's more alarming to me is
XXX.com.
I never would have thought, given the highlight of the missing kids, the missing girls, the sexual misconduct with the young boys in the church, I wouldn't think that this type of that's a whole industry. How Charleston White describes it. How the church with the boys, that's the industry.
No, it really is.
And that's sick. It is sick. It just pans down to right in our neighborhood homes. You know what I mean? Like there are, and we see it in movies and videos. It's a mockery, but it's real life. Like the comic book guy on The Simpsons. We see fat, unattractive, mal-hygiene people sitting around playing the game, eating Cheetos.
Undesirable.
Very undesirable, to be frank. We see those things. And if we can go back into our young minds where, I remember a time where you couldn't meet people off the party line anymore because there were perpetrators pretending to be something. This was
I met one. I was mad. I just cried all the way home.
And this was before catfish.
This was before catfish. That's when they started the catfish. They started catfishing way before catfish was a catfish. They was catfish on the party line back. But I remember I would never forget this boy had me hit. This is why I said I knew I've always been like a linguist. How you say it? A linguist. A person that listens to words and loves words. I have like a love for words and things. Like this boy, especially like voices. Like I love a good voice. It's something about a voice. I don't know what they call it because I love voices. So anyway, this boy sounded so good.
You have a love for voices.
Yeah, let us know. But there was some boy. He sounded so good on the phone. He used to be talking. He used to be doing that. First of all, I was too young to be on here anyway. I was too grown anyway. I shouldn't have been on here anyway. But I remember I met this guy and I went to go see him and he was not who he said he was. He was definitely the opposite. And I remember I cried all the way home. And mind you, I lived in Germantown. For those that live in Philly, I lived in Germantown, Mount Airy at this time. And he worked at Gerard. So actually I came from school one day and I remember going to go see him. And I was devastated. I cried all the way home. I cried like a baby. I was like, child, please. They ain't stopped me though, because I still wound up being on there for I wanted to be in a party for a long time.
Right, but it made you conscious.
But it made me conscious that people be lying, yeah. And it's just funny how some of the same people was around for years. The same people who were in the party line for years. They never aged. Some of the people look the same. People like, they still in the party line.
They stuck in that time. They stuck in that timeline.
It's that party line demon.
He's still alive.
That's that party line demon, girl. That's that party line demon, girl.
Yes, close it.
But yeah, but that's why they also say, that's why, especially now, like I say, we, so many kids too are like gamers and this, and like that's why we have to watch like parent, like I said, like you said, it's not their fault that parents are really out here. Some parents that really are out here really trying to make stuff work, and they probably are single mothers and single parenthood, and they got to do stuff so they parents, their kids kind of, can't, they're like they got to be alone or whatever, so that gives them leeway to do what they want, but you still got to make sure that you check what your kids is doing. Like I know that you might not, You know what I mean? Still check, still check their histories and their computers. Chill, still go through their room. I know we want privacy for them because I am for that too. But again, I'm still.
But keep your control.
Yeah, keep the control. Like still give a little once in a maybe I want somebody check in. Let me make sure you when you don't gotta tell them look in this room, make sure everything all right. You don't gotta do it all the time, but maybe once in a while blue.
Or take it back to what we was doing, because and it's not for everybody.
Because my mom was playing.
And my mom didn't play either. And I feel like I know that's that's what just keep close eye on your children. Because that's what it's about.
And like I said, especially with this new AI and virtual reality life that's about to really start, this future that's really we about to really see come to life. Like we about to really be in like a movie. Y'all think it's a show. About to really be in a movie.
Just stay
like
close.
That should we see on iRobot and all that.
Stay close to your children. I'm telling you, like Jordan said, check in on them as much as possible. Really... Like, even if you got to take it back to our days, we wasn't allowed to spend the night over nobody's house, and nobody was allowed to spend the night over our house.
My mom did not hear it.
We wasn't even allowed to go in anybody's house. Yeah. My mom I didn't even know my mom knew who I hung out with to know who they lived with. So she already told them. No. And if you see my kid around here, take it back to that, because we know everything is being exposed. And so we cannot pretend. It's just, I don't know.
We can't pretend it's not there.
We can't pretend it's not there. We can't pretend, not even for 1 second. And it's not being paranoid. It's knowing the unknowing. I don't know who your parents are. I don't know what little Johnny is really into. I don't know what y'all be really talking about when y'all be playing the game in the room by yourself. Play the game down here with everybody so we can see the entertainment. It ain't for everybody.
Because girl, that's how things started with me.
Yeah,
being in the room with your friend, and then y'all start thinking. Like I always would say, and it's so funny because this time it's just even something I want to speak on just later on in the show. But again, just how as young kids being exposed, because it's been happening for generations. It's just more prevalent now because it's a society now where things are a surveillance, and watch, and things can be exposed at the drop of a hat. See, back in the day, things had to be,
discreet.
Like, not even discreet, but you had to know from the horse's mouth what was going on. Like, and you had to kind of, we didn't really, we had, but this was around the time stuff was coming, but all the video cameras and all the certain stuff that people wasn't really able to access at a certain time, that we have now, the capability of having. But again, people didn't know that, people was doing this and doing that, touching this, touching that. But like I said, thank God I never had to experience anything with like an adult. But a lot of my first experiences was with a child my age. You know what I'm saying? We exploring, and we in the room, supposed to be in a room, and we in a room playing with each other.
Right.
Instead of playing the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it starts. So, go ahead.
Yeah, so just to close on
Charleston,
that
thank you, though, Charleston.
Thank you, Charleston.
Charleston White for exposing his behind, because we need to start getting some more, what's his name again? Aidens off the streets, off these computers.
Yeah, Aiden Ross is off these
computers.
Now, of course, these are allegations, and it's his word against his, but from where I come from, molestation and sexual touching when it comes to the misconduct of children is a no-no, and is nothing to be played or made up with. So, moving right along.
Well, let me go down my lane. It has been a lot of, within like the last 2 weeks, it's been a lot of couples calling it quits, and especially a lot of the urban community, a lot of the couples that we look at as Black love symbols, like for instance, Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert are divorcing, it actually, Teyana had to come and let the kids know. We'll have some clips up too. Teyana had to come and let the kids know.
What she let us know?
She had to let the kids know because they was spreading. It was a video of him, I guess, with his new little boo or his new little girl, whatever, and they was trying to make it seem like she ain't know, like she didn't know, and he was creeping, and she didn't let it be know that it was already. She already let that know first.
Like that's old news?
Yeah, like that's old news. Me and him already, you know what I mean? And then I guess they kept talking about it. So she had to just put that out there. Like, listen, all the rumors that I'm hearing is not what it is. Look, me and him have been separated for a while now. He's my best friend. Like, it's something that we both agreed upon, you know, so y'all with these false, and the only reason why I'm coming right now and even saying something about it is because y'all getting out of control with the rumors.
That's right.
So, you know, she wasn't going to say nothing apparently, but I guess too much
that
of
negative
cloud, energy.
right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And then her daughters are old enough to know, you know what I mean? So they probably listening and hearing what's going on, and you know, she want to make sure that you know, that like the right tea is out, not the wrong tea, because Teyana Taylor love tea, but I'm pretty sure she wanted the right tea to be out, you know? And not only that, but
what? Don't do it to my heart.
All right, y'all, look. All right. Okay. One of our favorite black couples, Remy Ma and Papoose. Girl. And guess what? Again, Remy.
You heard it here first. And I wasn't even going to bring it up, but you heard it here first.
Maybe not first, maybe again. But Remy, because it's all over the internet. We just giving our point of view on it. Listen, it was a hurt piece. And you know what? It's just crazy because already Papoose and Remy's relate, like, they do have kind of the stereotypical black person's relationship with where, as far as how Papoose rolled for her while she was in jail, normally it would be the other end, like a girl riding for her man, which, I mean, with more prevalent that they would say, you know, it's more stories of girls riding years for their man than a man riding years for his girl. Papoose is probably the first man I've ever heard really ride for his girl like that outwardly. When Remy got charged and locked, and you know, she went to jail for like 6 or 7 years. Papoose wrote for her, and I mean, from what we gather, he's not one of them boys. Like, he's really a faithful guy, like a stand-up guy, like a real guy. Like, and I just I've always saluted him because that's why they always say you can't praise everybody for this stuff because you never know what's going on behind closed doors.
Right.
But it still sucks that just knowing that, because I feel for him because he really loved her. He loves the girl that lady walk on.
Yes, he does. And you know what? She loves him too.
Right.
And we have to normalize. We have to begin to normalize that just because something's up on one side, you know, especially if we know, if you can see if there's both love involved, somebody F's up on one side, we cannot highlight, you know, the how much one person loves so much more, because in a sense it's unselfish, and like you said, we never really know what's going on. You know. So I think she loves him. You know, just
like we know she love, yeah.
Right.
But like you said, it was just like you. She caught her pants down like Trey.
She was going. But you know what? She
caught my pants down like Trey.
Remember Tim.
Remy,
but you know what?
I'm gagging at my girl.
Like you said, I think we all, as a collective, as fans who've watched them and grew up with their look there,
especially because like I said, because remember Papoose was on what one of them shows, Making a Band, or one of them shows or something like that, years ago. One of the reality shows first, like, you know, that's when we first started seeing him, and then Remy, and you know, like I said, and then from Love and Hip Hop, and you know, all that. So yeah,
you know, I think it's a matter, in my opinion, I just think it's a matter of really being reflective and
you love that word.
I love it because this I do it all the time. Like, it's taught me how not to be either so angry at people or so upset or so petty when people are just who they are.
We say they find that they're human.
Right. That's just who you are, you know. And it's not easy, but like you said, they were the trophy
poster
child of the stereotypical positive up and up black family from the hood or the you know, outskirts or whatever. But if we're reflective, we all know Tisha and Tony been together for 17 years and they fight, broke down the house, burnt down the baby's room. You know what I mean?
Tisha and Tony who?
I'm just speaking.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, who? Okay,
no.
but I know what you're saying, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
And again, that's their relationship.
That's their relationship. It's unfortunate.
Oh yeah, and like I said, and the way it came out, that's the real way. The way it came out was through a rap battle, with a rapper by the name, a battle rapper by the name of Geechee Gotti, put him out on blast, and the alleged person that Remy is creeping and sneaking with is Easy the Block Captain, who I think it was somebody that was supposed to be a part. They like label or somebody that was supposed to be a part of. You know, them. That's why they signed or something.
Remy, you are up here supporting the victim. We done had 6 Chrome events. 6 Chrome events. Papoose was at all of them. How come he ain't at this one? Where he at? He ain't in New York. Why we ain't in New York? Because the last time there, your husband punched on him. So you actually brung it to where he more comfortable at. So if he did decide to show up, this weirdo can have the ups on him. Tech, you is wild for real. This nigga's a chump. This nigga's a chump. You know he ain't got the heart, fool. Fucking a nigga bitch when you ain't got hands ain't even a smart move. But listen, that ain't even a smart move. Yeah, but he don't got hands or gun probably. So look, fucking a nigga bitch when you ain't got no hands ain't no smart move. But if I was him, I would have been like Verb and Hitman, and you would have been the one I talked to.
That's why they signed or something. Or about to sign.
He's the help.
Yeah, he's the help, and honestly, again, you can see. I ain't gonna lie, but you can see the guilt in Remy's face. She like, you know, how when somebody know that you lying, like, you know, Remy like, Nick, okay with me, you know, like, but my girl was giving. Like that meme of that girl.
Or maybe she was just gagging that she didn't think a person would be as disrespectful and try to use her flaw against her as a way
that
to come
too.
up.
Like, you know, the whole thing she gagged.
Because I just gagging that laugh. I think it, you know, and I just can't help but to just say them people, they know what's going on with them. No, they know what's going on with them. Unfortunately, it's a shame we have to see that play out. You know,
sucks.
I personally would have rather not know about it and then come out and see them smiling next to each other like, oh shit, that happened. Excuse my French. As opposed to see, as opposed to see like, damn, why y'all have to tell us that? Or whoever put that out there. Not saying that she's right for what she's doing, because when you get caught, you get caught, and whatever the case is. Wrong, but little thing, it just be like, what was the point of that? But I wish them the best. I wish they work out whatever they need to do to work out, because they do have children, and they both have invested in each other. And if it's something as minute as communication, then, you know, we already know we're in the season of learning new things, letting go of old things. I think it's just a reminder that they got some growing to do too. Like, everybody's not.
Well, again, like you said, that's their relationship. I'm not judging, because, like I said, me personally, I didn't, you know, because somebody had said something like, I'm so over her under one of the posts that I shared, and I'm like, I'm shocked. I'm like, being a girl that has been on both ends. I've been cheated on and I have cheated, you know, and I could be honest. So I'm, like you said, we have to learn to have grace for other people too, because we've been there. Some of us been there and done that. Sometimes we start changing our ways and then forget that we also had a moment too. Like you said, everybody is human. I just hope that they can get through this. I know they will, because I know Pep love her, and I'm pretty sure that, and you know, like I said, they are married. Well, yeah, and she loves him too. They're married. It's definitely, you know, if they really sticking to their vows, even though one of the vows broken,
it can be fixed with communication. And
yeah,
even if it ain't
some help,
it's some help.
It's some help, because a lot of people are some therapy and stuff. You know, this might be a good example for other people again too. You never know.
Absolutely.
But then one more couple before I go on, Jeannie Mai. They gonna call her Jackie Chan and Young G. So I don't diss my girl Jeannie Mai, yo. That's fierce, because I like Jeannie Mai.
I love Jeannie Mai.
I love Jeannie.
She is everything to me.
And I know that, you know, whatever from what they said allegedly. I'm gonna try to have the clips up again from what we see. Is that the streets were saying, because at first they were trying to say it was like a cheating thing, but it definitely wasn't that. But it was more so allegedly. They were saying that I guess Jeezy's, first of all, Jeannie Mai is, I don't know, it's Philippine type.
Yeah.
Philippine.
Something.
One of those. Anyway, but you know how
She's
close
from Asiatic descent.
Yes, there you go, I like that. Asian persuasion.
Pretty much, yeah.
But you know how they're very close knit, the families. You know how the moms be around for eons, the dad be around for eons. They live together. The parents take care of them when they're young, and then they take care of the parents when the parents get old. That's just how they rock, which is how I think is a really good way to rock, period. That's how you should rock. But supposedly the mom's been living with them for a long time, which has probably been irritating. Now her brother lived with them. It's just Jeannie puts everything on Instagram. They said she does a lot of she wants to walk the baby to work to school or take the baby to school, but he doesn't want people knowing where the baby where they live at because she might get recognized. She basically a lot of stuff that can be, if allegedly this is true, a lot of stuff that can be handled indoors at home. It's not nothing really I think to break up about, but you never know to the extreme of what somebody feel, and some people might feel he might be one of the people that's like, I can't take but so much. I don't know.
I was about to say, it sounds like they're just now discovering maybe that they can't deal with each other's differences. Mm-hmm. And that's just that. I think Jeezy, he's a little older than
Jeezy. Jeezy's my birthday twin too. Hey, okay. Jeezy. Yep, our birthday's on Thursday.
Is he older than Jeannie?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Just speaking, I know.
I think they're close though, cause I think like she's in her 30s, he's in his 30s. I think they're really like, maybe if anything they're like 2 years apart.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I
it's just sad to see our couples breaking up, but again, like I said, especially the ones that people are looking at, because a lot of people was loving, like all these 3 couples right here so far are the people that people was kind of like rooting for, like we really was rooting for them, and then to see. But this just goes to show you that everybody's human.
Right. And
we shouldn't, again, idolize and put these relationships on pedestals or even make them symbols, because people are, like you say, yeah, it's nothing. It's amazing to kind of like, see somebody's relationship like, oh, that's dope how they rock, or that's pretty cool how they flow. I like that, But to kind of want to, mimic them or try to be like them, and because I do get, because someone that, because I'm not even giving him all that, but he likes to let me know too that a lot of times, what you see is not always what you get, like how they say, and sometimes people do be, you can't always go by what you see in front of you from a lot of different people's lives and relationships and just things, period, because you don't know what's really, a lot of times people just show you the good stuff.
I think us little people, or us people behind the scenes who are not always in front
of the town folk,
I think we know that, and I think that's one of the challenges that celebrities have to deal with, because I think it's the pressure of not looking or having to be single too long. Then after you're not single, there's the pressure of hurrying up and bringing a baby in, and then there's the pressure of whose career or how are your careers going to further in order to keep you all sustained?
How we support each other.
Right. And I think all of that in the public eye is
a lot of work.
A lot of work that I think people who are in the industry really don't want to do. And I think
they find unnecessary to a certain degree.
Right. And I think people who don't have the experience or are not conscious of that kind of just don't care. And when I hear about their situation, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like Jeezy is at a point in his life where he's ready to kind of, look, I can't, I'm not shunning my title or who or my name, but I value my privacy now. Mm-hmm. And I think Jeannie is more.
He seems very mature.
Exactly.
Especially, he seems very mature. Mm-hmm. Like the Jeezy from the Jeezy. And I'm loving it, whatever. That Jeezy to this Jeezy, that snowman Jeezy to this Jeezy, this cleaned up Jeezy. It's like his father,
the man,
yeah. And like I said, and if that is true, what's going on, maybe like I said, as women, sometimes we do have to understand that we do have to respect our men's opinion. As much as we like to be in control and running the show and doing all that, and a lot of some men do give us that leverage to do so, but you also have to be mindful of your partner, and what they want and what they see fit. Like if that is true, like he probably was like, okay, because I'm pretty sure they probably had the mom around to watch the baby, which is pretty, and this Jeannie's first child. So I'm
Right.
pretty sure the mom was all over, you know, which is cool.
But part of their tradition, it can be a little bit overbearing.
Too.
Yes.
Yes. And then it was also, I heard something about they've been really distant, I guess, because she's always on LA. They're always bi-coastal. Well, not, yeah, they always on one side, and it's just a lot, you know. So it can be strenuous. And then, like you said, you just never know. We don't never know the arguments that could be going on. We never know what's, you know. But from what Jeannie is giving, she's giving like she's surprised because
of course
he ain't never. Yeah, she's like bewildered.
It's like I said, she's in La La Land. You know, she doesn't have the experience to. Not to say she doesn't. Not to say you don't, Jeannie, but clearly you guys are not in the same headspace. And from Transparent Energy, we wish you guys
the best.
The best. Speaking of being mindful of your partner, were you aware that there's a study that's shown a surge of men that have come up with faulty DNA tests? Basically, a lot of it, like, let's say, partners, a lot of people are breaking up because these men within the last 2 years, a study has shown it, these men have left their women because they find out their children are not theirs.
Camera, dummy. Get this shit on camera, bro. I've been calling this girl all morning, bro. The paper just came in. I've been calling her all morning, dummy. Find out the baby not mine. What am I? Like, bro. This girl been playing in my face all morning, bro. All morning. You come drop that baby off with nothing. And he's gonna bring out. Please leave your message for. Been calling her all morning, dummy. All morning, bro. I do everything for both of them, bro. Her and her mother. I take care of these girls, bro. I just got a new house, bro. I just moved. I uprooted mine.
And I really want to hone in on this because us as women, we just know not only are we the fingerprint, but we just feel like we can't go wrong. And sometimes we feel like we have to justify everything. And it just surprises me that the amount of women, what the extent they will go to be selfish. You know, and being as though this study was in the last 2 years or so, it just makes me think of the music agenda. That hot girl summer. You know.
The way to break the families up. To kind of keep the girls single, to keep the girls just,
you know, to create these horrible generational curses of lies within the family, you know, is at some point it has to stop. I just to me, it is sad. And it says something a lot about us, about the women. You know,
because you know what? Because I've been realizing too, a lot of women been getting caught in their shenanigans lately. Too.
Yes, and it's
normally the men, but a lot of women been getting caught in their scandals too. But it goes to show you, like how we said before, though, because women have been hiding behind a lot of stuff, and there's been a lot of women. Speaking of, real quick, I just heard something about, because if you've been seeing the Nicki Minaj little situation, she was just on Queen Radio the other day, and she was cutting up or whatever.
Yeah, I seen that.
But it's just been this big thing between her and Offset and Cardi. Her husband, Kenneth Petty, was just outside the VMAs just recently threatening Offset. Come to find out, a judge just gave him 3 months inside the house. He can't even come out the house now due to the fact that him threatening Offset online. But somebody pointed out how Nicki has a tendency to get guys involved in a lot of her stuff. A lot of her, like how women cry wolf, do all that, and then cry wolf because they know that they got niggas that will fight for them. So they will get these niggas in trouble. She done got niggas shot. She done got niggas hurt. She done got niggas in compromising predicaments because of her shady self. And it's so many black women like that, and there's wait, it was some DJ. Her and this other DJ is going at it. So I think DJ Academics, or her and DJ Academics. I'm gonna try to find the links for y'all. Her and DJ Academics is going at it, and he went in on her. Like, they've been going in on her on social media this last couple of days. And like I said, her show Queen Live, her Queen Radio show live was just very questionable. They was thinking that she was on high or something because she was.
Oh yeah. Oh, you thought it was a game? The fuck you thought you? Who the fuck you think you talking? Wait, hold on. Fuck you think you playing with, bitch? Okay.
Let them know. Yeah. Queen shit.
Fuck you thought this was, bitch?
Yeah.
Who the fuck you thought you was playing with, nigga?
Ooh.
Oh, you see how
wilding out. But they were just saying, basically, watch out for women like that, because it's so many women that are getting these men in all these compromising positions, from jail to death to like to just crazy stuff, all because they running their mouth and they getting themselves in something, and now they gotta put oh no, I'm gonna call my brother, or oh for real, oh I'm gonna call, and then lying, capping the game up, doing what they do, and some of these niggas ain't got no sense. All they gotta hear is a girl in distress, and you ain't gotta say nothing else. On it, what, you know what I mean? And then some dumb stuff then transpired because of somebody being faulty. And you say, how many, this is why, you wonder why our niggas, excuse my name, but you wonder why our Negroes is out here being the way they is. Because a lot of women are the reason why it doesn't make an excuse though. It don't make an excuse for them to carry it on, but a lot of these men are so fragile that one time is all they need. Now, they might want you to keep on coming back and coming back and coming back and wanting to keep playing with you, but some niggas, it's only one shot and you done. They hear you betray them, they over there. And now they on a run heartbreaker. Now they don't trust no women. Oh, I don't trust hoes no more. I didn't bring across a couple of guys like that. Even guys that, I guess, are not me dealing with them, but even some heterosexual guys that, I've even worked with, that I hear them talk about how they just and then I mean, we had a conversation about well, who broke your heart? You know what I mean? I know somebody had to break it, because you just out here breaking other people's heart. It's just, people don't do that for fun. That people go through stuff that makes them these monsters, And like you said, I can imagine the heartbreak that a lot of
I don't think everything makes us a monster.
You're not everything, but
I think that's where the control kind of comes in, because at some point discernment has to kick in, like it does with everybody who proclaims oh, I'm a realist, or I'm always on point. It don't matter who we love or who we smushing on. We always see the little things that turns us off.
Right.
So it's up to us to be conscious of that. And unfortunately, everybody's not. We all don't think that way. However, it's still no excuse, like you said.
Wait, we going over time.
We already go.
Guys, we'll be back in a few moments. See ya. We're back, y'all. But I actually want time. Well, y'all, we're back. So yeah, back to our conversation. What she was saying, how you was finishing off. We was talking about.
We were talking about the surge of men and
about the faulty
women.
Yeah, just about watching out for those kind of sisters.
Yeah.
Because because again, it's just been a lot of stuff with women lately. I don't know what's been going on, but it's been a lot of even just exposure with how a lot of women been contradicting themselves with a lot of stuff. With just even that fake black and women empowerment thing they've been doing, because even this week too, I wanted to tap in real quick on just a lot of the beef between T.S. Madison and Natasha Kays and these other women. I've been really enjoying Maddie in the Morning. I like T.S. Madison. I've been a follower of T.S. Madison since she was swinging her meat in her backyard. So,
Madison, this is my VM slay. This look is Renaissance inspired because we are in the season of Renaissance, darling, honey, and it's all about that. It's all about the Renaissance era that we're in, it's all about being dark brown, dark skin, light skin, beige, fluorescent beige. I am black.
I've been around. You know what I'm saying? But
when she was the BDB.
Yeah, when she was the BDB. Yes, when she was the BDB. You know what I'm saying? So I've always been in and out, but I've always been a fan of T.S. Madison's because I love her authenticity. I love how she has changed her narrative too. Has went from being in the sex industry to now being in the industry, in the entertainment industry, and doing her big one. But she has been having an ongoing. Like I said, we already know that she had her thing with Kaya first. That was a big blowout because her and Kaya was really a good match. I'm not gonna lie, that was a really good duo. And I really wish they could have flourished, but everything was a met. But again, that was her first kind of squirrel with how the women started coming at her, because Kaya was coming at her for a long time, disrespecting her, calling her out her name, misgendering her, and because everybody knows T.S. Madison's name is not legally changed. But only reason why is because she has assets in her name that she don't want, that is not. It's obviously it must not be meant to be do all that. It's, you just don't need to do all that. But long story short, she's been going through it with Tasha K and a few other bloggers. Her and Tasha K have been going at it for a while now, and Tasha K has been disrespecting her really crazy. So she's been coming at her too. They both been talking about each other on each other's show, disrespecting each other. It is what it is. She kind of don't care about Tasha K because she kind of with it, because she disrespects her too. She's like, girl, if we're going to disrespect each other, we're going to do it until my last breath. So that's what she said. So it is what it is. But other people were chiming in because she rebutted to one of Tasha K's comments about Miss Mary, which is T.S. Madison's mother. Tasha K said something about her mom, and T.S. Madison said something about Tasha K kids. Okay. And the women went off. The black women went off. Oh, you can't talk about people's kids. That's off limits. You fake woman. You fake da-da-da-da-da-da. How dare you? You can't even have kids. You wouldn't even know. Actually, you could. You still got your dick. But da-da-da-da-da. I mean, they insulted T.S. Madison to the boot, the bet, the bot, the B. And
the reality is sometimes the truth can hurt, and sometimes people live their truth where it's unfazed. So I really, just me, I don't take what they're saying as an insult because I've had those same
things thrown
at me. Mm-hmm. I take it as, you think you're trying to hurt me with my truth. But then want to keep screaming that we don't live in our truth. But go ahead. But it's okay. I think the law to that whole nature is whatever like you said, that the Bakri is. And I live by this. There are no levels to disrespect. I'm not saying anybody is right or wrong. Mm-hmm. I'm laying out the facts. And once we understand the facts, maybe you'll have a better argument. Mm-hmm. There's no levels to disrespect. Yes. If we know everybody is different, if we know I don't shit what you drink. If we all know that,
what you eat don't make me poop.
Right. Then we have to be conscious to know that if I throw a low blow, I cannot persecute you for hitting me lower. Yeah. I cannot. Yeah. And that right there is a prevalent issue between females and between sometimes people, just people. Yeah. In general. Like, come on. Yeah. Come on. It's right. I don't even.
That's a people thing.
That is a people thing.
People be peopling.
We already know the rules about no disrespecting children and mothers and this, that, and the third, and we can only be accountable of that. We can only be accountable of that. So up your arguments, because at the end of the day,
and stop disrespecting people if you don't want people disrespecting you. Right? Like you said, what? But that is so prevalent, especially in the black community, and just like you said, peopling. But due to the fact that we experience, because we are black and brown folk, it happens so frequent in our community. People are literally rock throwers that hide their hands. And that's like, y'all will read a person today will jump off a cliff and then get mad when their people come after you for what you did. You know what I mean? For influencing that. Like, you cannot get, like you said, you cannot get mad at folks for their reaction to your disrespect.
And that's why y'all gotta go back to that time where somebody told you, pick and choose your battles. If you don't want to be disrespected, don't disrespect somebody who's not looking for a battle.
Yes, because a lot of people be really minding their business. I even know, like I said, I've had days where I ain't one of them. I keep it real, transparent. I had my days when I'm in my business and somebody that might know or somebody that might see or might know while I'm minding my business, you trying to tell everybody else, you trying to blow me up. But now, if I turn around and start cussing you out, then I'm all this, that, and the other. Now you want to fight. Now you want to take it to the streets. And then you call it now. But you just disrespect me while I'm minding my business. You are bothering me. So now my rebuttal is, now I can't say that.
Right. And it's all
The
about,
world is crazy.
Yeah, the world is crazy because it's all about accountability. And you got to understand, there are people who have that intent. Somebody got one more word to say to me. We all heard that. We all heard that. And everybody, we all go through that. But there are some people who have that intent. This person somebody got one more. Today is not my day. We all know that. But at the same time, we got to know. People talk. People communicate. If I'm not communicating with you nasty, even if you are communicating with me nasty, you should still be able to hear the solution. That there are steps to getting to disrespect, but there are no levels once you're in it.
Yeah, there's no levels. I'm sorry. I've not always been the kind of person like, you're not going to disrespect me and then expect me to tiptoe over your heart.
Right.
No. I go for the gusto.
I've had people disrespect me. And you know, I will remain calm. I will switch my tone for me. Mm-hmm. For me, because in that moment, I'm really giving you a chance to be present in the moment. Be present in the moment. Listen to how you speaking to me and looking at me right now. Listen to me, how I'm responding. Those are the steps that's letting you know. And I think that's a transparency that us as people, we can see. We just choose not to. Mm-hmm. We just choose to point out how you hurt me.
Yes.
After you attacked me.
Yes.
Come on, people.
Yes. Hold yourself accountable. And that's accountability is big, and we need to really start holding ourselves accountable for our actions. If you out here moving funny, expect that same behavior. If you doing something, don't, like you said, you can't be out here disrespecting people freely and thinking it's okay. Like even I just seen something with Dwayne Wade just put up a video because somebody was interviewing, I forgot a man name, was interviewing him and he was talking about a lot of different stuff, but he was talking about again his daughter Zay, who's always, hot on the press, just period. But he was saying how people
hot on the press,
for real. But he was just saying how people, especially our Black community, we know how it feels to be talked about and try to be X'd out as a community.
I think about the safety of my kid. Right. I think about the safety of other kids in the trans community. I think about, how the world is trying to hush and X out an entire community like you do not exist. Right. As Black people, do we know about that?
Yeah, we do.
Damn right we do.
Right.
And we the main ones that are talking about the trans community. We the main ones that won't open and accept. And we want the world to accept us. Like, what are we doing?
Right.
And so I'm playing at a different playing field than most people who comment on my life.
Right.
Because I understand the position that I'm in. A lot of Black families in the communities, they don't see or hear, don't get a chance to hear these stories from us. Don't get a chance to see these things from us. And so, yeah, I'm sure to a lot of people I look crazy.
Right.
I don't care about looking crazy to y'all. I care about making sure that I'm there for my kids. I think about the safety.
But for us to turn around as a community and do that to our own folks just because they're different, that's crazy to me. And hypocrisy. And there's so many Black folks stand on it. I don't care. You can be anything but this. You can be anything but gay. You can be anything but trans. You can be anything but yeah, but you can be a murderer. You can kill. You can steal. You can rob. You can rape. You can do anything. But that's the what?
That's the spell.
Yeah, that's the spell. That's a generational curse for real.
Curse. That's it right there.
Because it's too many families, especially because we experience in our own. It happens so much. Like these guys are. It was just even this guy on Instagram literally shot and killed his niece because he impregnated her.
I seen that. That was terrible. I seen that.
Kill his Black niece, but he was like he was Puerto Rican or something. He definitely was a little mixed, but. Kill his niece.
You looked into it like I did.
Yeah, because he...
What? Like I said, the extent
you get your niece pregnant.
Not that. But to take her out because you don't want, maybe you didn't want the pregnancy to come about.
Mm-hmm.
Because she couldn't have been pregnant and showing.
She told you, and they said because whatever you was doing, you was raping her, telling her to be quiet, about it. And you know, like I said, it's just sad the manipulation that goes on with people that are in the predicaments, and how people violate people's privacy, and then tell them you better not say nothing, or if this happens, this will happen or hurt you. Or I'm gonna do that. And this young girl probably wasn't saying nothing, but she probably was like, I'm pregnant. You know, probably was like, yo, I'm pregnant. What am I supposed to do? And instead of him, I don't know what really could you do for real, because you wrong. You know what I'm saying? But you kill her. John.
As the world turns.
Because our world is turning. It's burning and turning.
Speaking of burning and turning, there was a...
that just shocked you a little bit. Then.
Yeah, down. There was a questionnaire going around asking older people. And the question was, are we living in Roman times? Are we living in the Roman
in Babylonian time, yep.
And a lot of the answers came out very similar in regards to when they explained that they talked about how the Romans, when they were to take over the people, and be selfish and greedy, they take their food, they take the best jobs, they take the best everything and give them rations, and not only with the best everything, but they take the best people too. And what they do is with the people, they in those times they rallied them up and figured out what they were good at and hosted the people, the people who lived in the area to come out to the Colosseums to watch the chosen people with talents, as a means to divert their minds away from their problems. So, in other words, it's like the people of Philadelphia, we complain about rent and roads and jobs and not housing and not enough money, and the people in power know this, and instead of them doing something about it, their whole thing is to highlight a basketball team,
the Eagles,
highlight anything.
Listen to this one.
Do you ever think about the Roman Empire?
All the time.
Why? What are you thinking about it?
Well, because we're in those times right now. Everybody's preoccupied with sports, movies, work,
What was it you said about bread?
Well, all right. The common people, Roman Empire said that everybody was equal. Everybody had a chance. But it wasn't. The rich got richer and the poor got poorer. And they worried constantly about people rioting. Because they knew that the common man, the common people, could take over at any time. So they would bring them into the Colosseums, and they would give them free grain, they would give them bread, they would give them wine, whatever they needed to fill their bellies and block their minds from what they were angry about. They would watch plays, they would watch fights with the gladiators, sometimes for months on end. And that's where we're at right now. And
throw us off with entertainment.
Exactly. And the basically the Roman Empire now would be the media, whereas though it's to the point where the media is telling us whatever they want to tell us, and we're soaking it into the point whereas though we don't know what's fact from fiction. So we're being told you're being spit at and shat on, and there's nothing you can do about it. And when we turn the news off, we're pissing and screaming, getting all upset, and forgetting that they just told us. It's just something to think about, especially.
But we already said it. The United States is the new empire of the world. Our generation.
The falling.
The falling. I'm sorry, not the new, but the falling. America was, the one with the highest power, right? Was running the world for a moment, and just like back in them days, like around Egypt and all them time, the Babylonian days, all that, they've had, and I even heard that the folks behind the scenes in America are descendants of those from the Babylonian times. Like they have lineage that goes back to that. So, yeah. And we're seeing the fall of Babylon.
Yeah, we are.
Today.
They talk a lot about how we are really literally seeing the days of Revelation unfold, before our eyes. And now is the time to basically, kind of dissect the text for exactly what it is and not take it literal. They made a comparison, something about and you could probably, I know you would be able to tell it better than I, but something about the beast who had wings and was looking, a lion face or whatever. And there happened to actually be a statue in front of the United Nations that was removed that
resembled
that exactly described that. And so when they talk about there's a beast that arises from the sea, something about they're referring to the United Nations and a lot of what we've been talking about with the BRICS currency when they talk about something about 7 stars or 10 stars or something like that. These are actually the 10 nations that actually came to an agreement to basically try to renew or make everything different. It's just something.
And it's funny because even before that's funny you said that, because even my own devotional time, God has been Spirit has been trying to tell me to read Revelation. I'm on the 6th chapter of Revelation because I've always been scared to read Revelations because I know it's the end book, and I always heard so much about it. So I've always kind of tried to stay away from it. But I think now I'm just in a different mindset, so I can read it. I'm able to receive it differently now. And God was kind of having me start reading it, like last week. Someone was like, start reading it. And as you was like just saying, I've been seeing a lot of posts from other people that's been saying like we're living in similar to Revelations, and a lot of stuff is happening from the Euphrates rivers drying up. It has been drying up for a couple of years now, and just a lot of stuff like the seals, the 7 seals. They're supposed to be the 7 plagues that are supposed to hit the earth, which have been already happening.
I was actually getting ready to touch that. There is probably one of the reasons why I kept emphasizing on the date, September 23rd. So according to not only biblical but theological, astrological, old texts, basically describe like this is the year. Knowing the year that we're in, from this season on out, there is supposed to be this is the beginning of that 7-year setback or something that
a 7-year what's the name? A 7-year tribulation or something like that. Yeah.
Yes. And this is supposed to be
the beginning
of it. And that's so funny that you said that because I was going to ask you about that. But I know
so I'm still reading, so I'm finding out. Like, so you just gotta read.
Yeah, you do have to read.
Look,
now
just read it.
For me, I have read a few chapters of Revelation enough to know that the book of Revelation is not like any of the other books in the Bible that I've read or come across. And one of those specific things that jumps out to me is they emphasize on like monsters and beasts, and growing up,
it gets real scary.
It gets
because from
a storytelling point.
Especially with an imaginative mind like how we have. Like I can imagine what I'm reading, and it's scary. I was even reading something the other day, and I was just thinking about like how it said how the animals had all these horns and eyes and all this stuff that's on the throne. Like it sounds like it's going to be scary.
And the naked prostitute sitting on the beast on the purple on the stage. See. You made a great point. It does sound scary from an imaginative mindset or from a storytelling point of view. But I've learned that I have discernment, and I've had it for a long time, and I've known that means something. That those words being, a linguist, people describe things the best way they can. And then doing the podcast with you, doing Uber research and just discovering things. When we talk about like Babylon and the Americas, that's exactly, what we know the beast actually is, so it's just like
seeing it unfold is crazy.
Seeing it unfold is surreal.
Yep.
It's surreal. But Did you hear that Michelle Obama is supposed to come out with a movie in 2024? And that was just leaked, and it's suspicious to me because I thought Barack Obama was from Honolulu, Hawaii.
That's what I thought so too.
That's what I thought too. But then this guy named Malik Obama comes out from this ethnic speaking country, and he basically says he's been working alongside this well-renowned journalist who he shouts out, and furthermore says how he's been present and seen with Barack and Michelle or whatever, but slowly he faded, to the background. Well, he came out to say that Michelle is putting out a movie about Michelle Obama is being put out, and the person who was co-directing it is the journalist that he personally knows. And from what the journalist had personally known about him, there were some surprising things that was exposed about Michelle. But one of the surprising things to me was that I didn't hear anything about transsexualism or anything.
Yeah, I hate when he said it.
So that was kind of reassuring to me.
Yes, I hate when he said it.
Yes, me too. I hate that too.
Like,
and I was looking for it. I was like, if you're going to tell me.
Was it you that said it to me one time? I don't think it was you, but somebody said it. I was like, girl, I hate when people say that. I don't think it was you. It was somebody else. And it was like, they said Michelle's a transsexual. I'm like, girl, can you stop playing with me? Can you stop? Can you stop? Like, certain stuff is like, okay, but then certain stuff is like, you're reaching really far up in the sky.
Right. But, but I was looking for that. I was like, if you're finna tell me, and so basically the headline of it was basically they try to mislead you and say Barack's brother exposed Michelle Obama, but what he did was leak that she's going to be in a movie coming up. But I was a little thrilled to hear that and pissed off at paparazzi. And
A real life story and plan for power. My name is Malik Obama. I'm speaking to you today from my hometown, Nyangoma-Kogelo in Kenya. I'm the brother of former President Barack Obama, who was named after my father, Barack Obama. You have probably seen pictures of me online at Barack and Michelle's wedding in 1992. I was the best man. I'm here to introduce my friend, filmmaker, Joel B. Gilbert. I've known Joel for almost 10 years. He's a great talent and a fantastic filmmaker and journalist. He knows how to talk to people and how to find information that no one even thinks to look for. In fact, I've learned things from him about my brother Barack that I had never imagined.
Can we stop watching the news if they watching the news? Stop watching the news, y'all.
I don't watch
Stop it.
Stop it. I don't watch the news at all. Like I said, whatever news I get from either hearsay or I see on social media when I scroll. But I don't look, like I said, because honestly, our news is right here on our phones. We don't really have to watch the news because it's all right here. And we actually kind of get faster here and more truer news because the people keeping it realer on your social media than what the news is anyway. So I'd rather pay attention to social media than the news anyway because they're lying to us on the news.
Period. But you know who ain't lying? This girl, and we're gonna post her clips up, but this Black girl came out with an impeccable, I think it's so smart idea. She came out with plant-based braiding hair.
So what we do is make braiding hair out of plants. It's non-toxic, it's free, and biodegradable. It's made out of banana fiber, so you're not gonna have to do that pat. Okay? You're not gonna be scratching excessively, no hair loss, no traction alopecia on your edges, none of that. Non-toxic, better for your scalp, better for the environment. With all of the
But you know what? I'm glad we're talking about that because it's funny because I seen another lady that supposedly found it too. Maybe that might be her daughter. Hopefully it is because I'm like, I seen somebody else that came out just like this year too. This lady over Africa just discovered it. Banana hair from banana trees, from banana plants.
To make wigs and hair extensions as an alternative to synthetic hair, which is made of plastic fibers. Synthetic hair is on the rise globally as it is more affordable than human hair. But the material is not biodegradable, and when thrown away, it often ends up in landfill sites or clogging water bodies.
The synthetic hair. It's actually made out of plastic. Most women do not know. Most people do not know where their hair that they take out of their head actually ends up. It's in our soils, it's in our water, it's everywhere. So for me, it became a concern. Using these organic stems gives us a product that is biodegradable.
Or something from banana leaves or something. Yeah, so, but that girl you talk about, I've seen it, and she was like a regular American girl. So I'm like, wait, something's going on.
I mean, well,
unless they got, yeah, we know it's copycat.
And we know people like to jump on the bandwagon, and you know, and that's all right.
Or maybe they might be like a vendor. Maybe it might be a vendor.
Maybe they are.
Maybe.
I think that's decent.
But she ate that. Oh yeah, but she ate it up, and she was like, it don't mess your hair up. It don't make your itch. No dye. You know, well, yeah, none of that stuff that's in it. And you can believe that's what I'm saying. Like, it's down to the hair that has been all these years we're not knowing. This is why people been passing and dying and all this stuff, because this stuff been in. Like I said, even though we are becoming aware of the stuff now that's in our stuff, the cancerous causing chemicals that is in our stuff, but imagine all the years that we've already been going without knowing. This is why so many people have passed and are going. You know? Like, for real. And if we keep going, and y'all keep eating these snacks, and keep eating these Frito-Lays and Doritos and all this stuff, y'all can be going too. Like they said, Mike, I just watched something too. They said that, in this generation, like they said, like, people aren't even dying from old age, they're dying from cancer. They're not dying from old age no more. People are dying from cancer.
Well, now they dying from COVID and them 1 and 50-cent burgers.
Okay. Girl, the way they, but I didn't see nobody. At least social media probably was listening, because I ain't seen no lines in none of these places unless I was in the right place.
Sneaking.
Give me that. I seen the deal on TV. The 2 burgers for 50 cents.
They like
nobody said, but I didn't really see no long lines and nothing, because a lot of people been being warned. So maybe the people listening. I ain't seen no news and nothing about like. Because, you know, I'm pretty sure some comedians probably would have seen a long line and be like, y'all, stay away from them burgers. Because I know I would have. Bitch, if I would have seen somebody, I would be like, stay away from the burgers.
But isn't that so sick? Total recall on, girl,
it's just, we can't eat nothing. I can't drink nothing. It's just.
But we can make a way. There is a
way.
way.
Will be made. Yes. That space will be made. You got anything else?
Okay, so I came across something that piqued my interest, of course. It was about the immigrants and everybody coming over. I've been seeing a lot of videos about armed guards standing near the border, you know, basically turning down lines and lines of immigrants. I've seen videos of people at the border of Canada where there were some immigrants of some black people who found a different route, and they all started taking that route, and then I guess authorities
got caught on.
Yeah, and you know, there are a lot of those videos surfacing.
Because I'm sorry to cut you off, because even in New York too, the immigrants that's over there, they just gave them 60-day notice or something to get out the shelter. Because my friend told me, who lives in New York, he told me that they gave them a 60-day notice or 30-day notice to get off the streets or to get out the something.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because in New York, reparations for the illegal aliens have just been granted. Yeah.
According to a piece in this afternoon's Wall Street Journal, the Biden administration has decided to pay reparations to illegal aliens. In other words, foreigners who came here without invitation, who came in willful violation of legal statutes passed by our Congress per our Constitution, those people are about to get a groveling apology and huge amounts of cash. Why? Because our government dared to enforce its own laws, which now apparently is immoral. So the Biden White House is going to pay criminals for committing crime. The administration plans to, quote, offer immigrant families that were separated during the Trump administration around $450,000 a person in compensation. The U.S. Departments of Justice, Homeland Security, and Health and Human Services are considering payments that could amount to close to $1 million per family, at exactly the moment that American families are becoming noticeably poorer by the day.
So they giving them reparations, not us?
You heard what I said, girl. And the video, the clips will be posted. You heard what I said. They are giving them reparations for just coming over here, broke, homeless, and hungry. Yeah, flabbergasting, right? Yeah. The United States of corruption.
And I seen something too, just to add on to that. They said Ukraine, because that's what, because I remember I said Russia last week. It was Ukraine that they be sending money to. They said, just remember, sir, he wants 24 more billion dollars. He asked for 24 more billion dollars. He asked Biden for 24 more billion dollars. Wow. Our people are just, what is going on? They want to know where our money at, where our resources at. They're giving them to other people. Like, this is, and we live in a place that don't care nothing about us. Like, nothing is a luxury here. Everything is like, and I seen even a video where this lady was like, she was like, it was a compilation of a few videos of people just saying that this is the season that they are making the most money, but they're the brokest they've ever been.
In a position now where we're making more money than we've ever made, and we are literally the brokest we've ever been. Brokest we've ever been.
But I'm making the most money I ever had my entire life. My husband and I, between the two of us, gross, make like over $80,000 a year. And if you told me a few years ago that $80,000 a year was not going to be enough for a family of four.
I make more than what I made back in 2015. But I am still literally living paycheck to paycheck.
I have to work 60 hours a week and make $80,000 a year to make ends meet. That's insane. I can't even begin to wrap my head around it.
Financially, I don't understand anymore. I don't understand how I make $34 an hour and I can't function.
Because it's like bills, it's like rent, it's like taking care of stuff. And now with this BRICS currency that's about to come into play, now it's about to be even higher for grocery, hyperinflation. It's like, and I just keep praying for our country because we never went through nothing like this. But I do believe that, again, America has what she got coming for her because she's been out here being a hoe. And she's been out here dibbling and dabbling on all these bad business deals, and they've been paying the people their money, been out here scamming and scandaling. Now she about to get what she about to get. And we just, unfortunately, we're going to be living through it. So I hope y'all don't be thinking y'all about to jump us in the rapture. No. Y'all, we going to be living through it before the rapture.
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all keep talking about. So y'all thinking God going to snatch y'all out of here before this. No, baby. We're going to be living through, because we
got to lead that.
Yeah. Because God want to know who's going to be the real ones that going to be able to fit for the fittest to the end.
Yeah, and I think and I'm just be quite frank, being fittest to the fittest is understanding, like, breaking away from that matrix. America is a Babylon the hoe. You got to break away from her and live alongside her.
AKA
just
baby.
Like, baby, look.
That's a nickname,
baby. Just like we got to learn to live alongside her and not with her. Just like back in the day, for me, when I was walking the old struggle to Eanwood in front of them people, houses, they had to live along. They had to live alongside me. You understand what I'm saying? But in that sense, we had to. Now, look, either we're getting milk dry or we discover we've always had the muscle and the heart to endure it. And now we got the muscle to create and build and make something to sustain ourselves. Because what we thought we could rely on is continuously showing us over and over again that it's faulty.
It's faulty.
It's not sturdy.
It's faulty like them DNA tests.
So what do we want to do?
Men kept getting. Sorry, but yes. Our structure, our American structure is faulty.
We are not.
It's like sand. Like our infrastructure is like sand. Like America is built on sand. Like what? This is crazy.
And we are sinking, baby.
Sinking sand. It's going down. For real, we're going down. Like, and it's like I said, you just gotta gird your loins. You better get in touch with your higher power. Get in touch with God. For real, stop playing.
And your higher self. Because your higher self, too.
Yes.
It's going to keep you from arguing. It's going to show you what to pick and choose and what's worth it and who's not.
Again, I keep saying stock up because I've already been doing it, yo. I'm telling you, I've been slowly but surely. I've been stocking up my toilet papers and my waters. I gotta get nailed to the candles and stuff. I really do. I've been getting my awards for my job. My guy, for real. I got a couple bottles already in my bed. I'm not playing, cause just in case. Cause that's even if hyperinflation, I want to at least have something before I have to spend my money. Because baby, they talking about. Like I said, I'm a gag going into a store seeing a bottle of water for like 30 girls.
That's all right. We'll be able to afford that because we'll be eating homegrown food and vegetables by that time.
Yes, because and because they have, like I said, y'all better pay attention to all the signs that's out there. Y'all want to be knowing where the sign. The sign is right here in the phone. Y'all be looking at. God know how to show you what you like. God know where to bring the sign at. He knows everybody like to scroll within their phone. That's why we seeing these certain videos start growing.
And the devil know how to distract you
too. Yeah, from the same way.
Real quick.
Yep. And that crazy distractions and the enlightenments come through the same way.
Yeah, and
always.
And we already know it's prevalent, so it's not going to be a space.
The weed and the flowers grow the same.
Grow the same, exactly. So it's not you can't expect that. Oh, I'm seeing all good, and then tomorrow I'll probably see all bad. I'm not going to watch. No, you're going to see the good with the bad, and it's up to you. It's up to you whether you want to laugh and kick back and say it's bull or pay attention and do something about it. And let's start with yourself.
The signs are in front of us. It's not supposed to take heed of it. They keep on saying this. Keep on stressing it. Start doing your own thing. Start growing your own food. Start making sure that y'all got yourself situated, because when it's all said and done, you can't cry wolf later when we better have your stuff together. But we're done with that. But before we end off, guys, because we've been running our jibber jabbers today, but I'm glad we have. Again, I wanted to, because something just popped in my head throughout the week. Just a little Jordan, jewel drop.
I love that.
Okay. I don't know about a lot of people, but I know that I have been really navigating life after promiscuity. And it was placed in my mind that maybe someone might need to hear this, because I know that, especially coming from my community, is very prevalent. Sex and just, hypersexualism and just a lot of things that goes on in our own communities. And me being someone that, again, and it's so funny that one of her topics was this today, because again I was exposed at a young age, just opening that Pandora's box. Thank God it wasn't from an adult, but it was from someone my age, and but that just piqued my curiosity, and it goes and it starts to roll. It's like a seed that starts, because again, seeds are planted, whether good or bad, and it was a seed that started to be planted in my mind, and it started to unravel and get out of control as I got older, and as I got maturing as a young adult into an adult. And I remember as a teen, I started to really just be like into porn. I started being introduced to porn. Back when it was on video, when it was VHS, and we had to rewind and had to sneak and act like you was watching something else when your parents wanted to stop.
Had that dummy tape sitting there.
Right. Like I said, well, even though my parents didn't have nothing in the house, but I used to go to my friend's house and we used to watch them together. His dad had his own secret connection. Mind you, that friend wound up being gay himself, but I'm gagging and we never did nothing together, which was good. But we was exploring. It was like kind of, we would watch it like it was regular. We really did. We didn't touch each other. We would watch it like it was TV. But anyway, just to make a long story short, it just unraveled into an unhealthy addictions, and me also, leaving home early and running to the streets and having to, be subjected to sex work. And being out there, you just don't realize how much you become trapped into that lifestyle of just sex. That really was like my occupation to an extent, and it got to a place where sex didn't really wasn't special. It was just more of a game, and again, I dealt with porn addiction. Like I said, I was a sex worker and I did all that kind of stuff. Like I said, pre-pandemic, I was still kind of in it, still kind of, like I said, also just cause I said, bitch, I was a party line girl too. The bitch would get drunk. Hello. What was that? You reached whatever. I forgot the intro, but just very promiscuous, just always on a prowl, always looking for a butt or whatever, a mouth to feed or whatever. So it was just. But I do want to just express for anyone that is dealing with, or struggling with like porn addiction, sex addiction, or just, still kind of, trying to stop doing these certain things, even sex work, you can do it. I am living proof and I am an example because like I said, post now pandemic, I have literally been, free of it. It's kind of something that kind of happened quickly. I kind of gagged because I was definitely one of the ones that you would not catch, but she was secretly doing her thing behind the closed door. You know what I'm saying? And again, I've also have embarrassed myself a lot during these times of being kind of really sexually out there, and because I was a person that really cared about my reputation a lot. I really, really did. But I messed it up, dipping and dabbling in drugs because again, the drugs and the alcohol is kind of what spiked that activity. Right. You know what I'm saying? Which made me want to do it more, and it was a gateway. So again, I'm guessing more so now that I don't really drink or get lit like that, well, not at all. I don't experience it to that level. But those that may still be, just know that you can. Just know to be gracious on yourself. Know that it is, if you don't get a hold of it in a certain kind of way, it can become very, very unhealthy. You don't want to be out here just having sex with anybody. These soul ties is real. These spirits are real. These diseases are real. And like how we said just a couple episodes ago, maybe there's not these PSAs no more and these music videos telling y'all to strap up and wrap up. We're going to tell you here. Strap up, wrap up, be aware of the things you do. If you are sexually active, make sure you out here really protecting yourself and knowing who you're giving your body to.
Even if it's a piece of your body.
Yeah, no matter whatever. Just be mindful, be careful. And again, if you're struggling with it, you can overcome it. You can get through it. It took a lot of different, like I said, it happened kind of easy. It wasn't like something I had to keep on praying about or talking about. But I know that I went through it for a long time. So I definitely was like wondering one day, was like, damn, you know how you have your moments. But like I said, I was in it. I was definitely a porn addict. I masturbated. I did all that crazy stuff. But I'm just thankful now that she don't put this man in that son no more. But for those that may be, you can do it. And because we just want our people to be well. Because like I said, especially our youth, this is more even geared to like the youth, like, because our youth is just out here squandering and just jumping in these beds. They're looking at these social medias. They're looking at their adults' influences, thinking it's cool, Look at these two little young boys, right, the other day. And that's it for that. It was two young boys the other day that was on a bus. Two Puerto Rican boys. He was no older than like 6, 7, maybe. Even 8. I'm going to give him between 7 and 8. He was on a bus by himself, number one. These kids are traveling by themselves. This has got to stop. But their language on this bus was just so foul and so like disturbing. And I wanted to say something, but something kept telling me, just don't say nothing, because they're not my kids. And sometimes, even though they didn't have nobody on there, but it's just like, sometimes, as much as we be wanting to chime in and let people, sometimes just let that, whatever. Because I was just like, you know what, I'm not even going to say nothing to them. They're not my kids, but it's just very disheartening to see the way these kids are going. And that's why we have to really try to be the best examples that we can be. I know we can't change everybody's mind, change a lot of, like I said, people are going to still do what they want to do. But it's good, like how we said before, we came from a time where they at least tried to school us. They had the DARE campaigns. They had the safe sex. The musicians with the art group. But the groups back in the day was really big on spreading awareness to safe sex and not doing drugs and not having our kids out here wilding out. Yeah, our generation. And it worked for some of us, obviously, but for some of us it didn't. And you see the effects of it within our youth now. They are out of pocket. And I say this because I work somewhere where they come in and just are so disrespectful. These kids is hungry. Can y'all go and feed them instead of feeding yourselves and feeding these men and feeding these women that y'all trying to go with, whatever y'all got going on? These kids are hungry. They're in these stores stealing left and right. They're thirsty. Okay? They're hungry, again, and they're thirsty. Please get y'all thirsty asses off of Instagram and social media, wanting to be cool mom and cool pop, and not wanting to be young forever, and got y'all children out here wilding out. Y'all don't know where they at, what they doing. All you know is they coming back with whatever. Half of y'all sending them to the stores to steal. Because I know that's for real, because I done caught some of y'all in the store, got y'all kids being the pawns while y'all sit back and act like y'all standing in the line, got y'all kids saying, go fill up the bag. Go fill up the bag real quick. And I'm going to stay in the line. I watched this lady literally send her kids in these aisles in my store to go steal. When I brought it to her attention, mind you, I didn't even blow her up. I just told her when her kids walked the door, I'm like, ma'am, I seen you. I said, you thought nobody seen you, but I seen you. And I said, you wrong for that. She blew her own self up. So then she tried to blow me up. Oh, well, girl, it's not even, you work here anyway. You don't, why do you care? White people do it. They come in here and do it all the time. Everybody else
justifying the fact
that justifying your whack ass actions.
And be a better parent.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. Especially when it comes down to these little girls like you. I had an experience last week and I was on an L, and these two little white girls, they might have been mixed, but these two little white girls, and I'm gonna say they looked naked, because even though they had on, one had on gray tights and black tights, but they was tights, coochie cutters, and she ain't got no coochie, and had on a little halter top, ain't got titty and a nipple in it, and had the swoop bang going on, and her other girlfriend had the
with a bun. With a bun, was it a bun?
She had her natural curly hair out with two little braids. The only thing she was missing from our generation was the butterfly.
Butterfly, because how old she probably was needed to have.
That's exactly. And I sat down and I watched them come on, and the one loudmouth who was the leader, who was the more grown, and these are little girls. When I emphasis on, she didn't have a coochie bone and she didn't have a nipple.
Not
these
even
were flat,
developed.
These were elementary girls. And first thing she said on the phone was, "Where's you at, bro? You're fucking playing." The profanity
is out of this world. I love it. Don't get profanity. The profanity is out of this world.
She cuss better than me.
I said these boys and doing this thing. Go ahead.
And like you, I think, talking about it now, I think I know what compelled me not to say nothing.
Right, because it ain't even work.
It was the fact that she could cuss better than me.
Yep, and was gonna curse me out.
And I was gonna get in trouble for beating on somebody.
And start getting out of character
with a child.
And it ain't worth it.
And at that moment, I got it. Like you said,
all I seen me is get out of character and start raising my voice. My octave would have went up. It would have been giving McGret Leo, and you know what I mean. It would have been giving, now.
I'd have been moving closer to the seat. Like, let me get closer. Who did the mother snatch? You ain't even see it coming. I'd have been in trouble for that. But like you said, it's a shame. It's a shame that nobody else there's not too many people talking about it. And I believe we all hear, we all listen. We all hear what's going on. So we need to have more people
about it
coming forward, talking about, like, get your kids, protect your kids for those who have kids. And this is not a means of disrespect, because nobody is being disrespectful. But when something is out of line, there needs to be an enforcer. There needs to be a disciplinarian. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, like these kids is
like you said, get off that Instagram, parents.
Yeah,
mom.
Like for real, like y'all want to be cool mom and dad, want to show the kids that y'all down with it, and that y'all ain't, and I've never seen. I mean, I've seen, like I said, I'm just glad that thank God my mom and dad wasn't cool mom and like that. But it's just like, but the cool mom era is really now. Like these kids' moms are 22 years old.
This is not the cool mom era. Right. This is the neglect mom era.
Right. No, but I'm saying that as far as that's what they want to be, cool moms, while neglecting their kids. Like, y'all 22 years old with these babies, don't know what y'all doing. Even younger than that, these, like, y'all don't know what y'all doing.
We had the cool moms.
Right.
My mom was so cool that I'd never seen the side of my mom about the story. Like, one time I remember I was told my mom won a Daisy Duke contest. My mom. Right. I ain't never seen my mom shake. I might have seen her jump to her song, but I ain't never seen my mom skimpy. I ain't never seen my mom do anything. So when she came in with the trophy, like, I knew it was the mind my business, but that, to me, that made it cool. Mm-hmm. That made my mind, like, okay, that's what grown folks' business is. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And in a sense, it helped me kind of shape myself, whereas though it's like, I can appreciate how stern you are on me, in a sense, how you have to be. You don't, you know what I mean? You don't beat the hell out of me, but you do might say some things to keep me in line.
And give you that eye.
Right.
Like, you don't have to mess with me.
Right. And, you know, now I know as an adult, I appreciate those things. I appreciate those. And I can easily recognize that them two little girls from different households, that both their parents as a collective didn't have the mother eye growing up. Because if they did, it wouldn't have mattered if them little girls was cussing. If they had on clothes,
they had no clothes out there.
If they had on clothes, the only thing I could say was, oh, they grown. But they had nothing on. As far as I'm concerned, these little 11-year-olds was going to get their little coochies popped.
Yep. These little heifers was about to
about to go get their coochies popped.
Yeah.
And then and then it makes me think of how you said these parents are setting their kids up. Yeah, they're setting them up to kick them out. They're setting them up to get rid of their responsibility because that's what it seems like. It's just too much neglect going on to ignore it. What are you doing? Setting it up so you can say, yeah, you went and got pregnant. Now you gotta get out. What are you setting it up for? You went out,
so
started selling drugs. Now you gotta go to jail. Don't be calling me. Where is the influence? Where is the control?
And that's the messed up part. Because y'all got them out there, like you're not, you know what I mean? You're not paying attention to what's going on. And then you, like you said, you'll say some stuff like that. Or don't call me when you get locked up, but you're not trying to even stop him from going out there.
And see, when we was coming up, it was easy to identify those kids because we will sit back and start a conversation and say, oh, they mom probably she used, you know, they but it's too many kids. It's too many kids. Ain't that many users in the city. I'm telling you, that's having babies.
And if it is, whoo. That's the real pandemic. That's the real pandemic. Like I said, we already look.
Ooh.
Look, guys. Well, we've given y'all a good earful this weekend or this week.
A good full
in week beginning. But again, by next time we talk to you guys, it should be October 1st. So again, finish off this month with love, light, laughter, joy,
and you will be.
And Lord's willing, when you guys see me again, I will be 36 years old. So again,
that'll make us the same age.
Yes. So pray for me and just, thank you for the love for those in advance. Thank you. Again, another episode,
another installment,
another week of your favorite podcast with your favorite hostesses with the utmost Mostesses.
The
Jordan
lovely
B.
Jordan B.
And the lovely
Baby D.
And again, recording live
from the 215.
Where it gets silly.
In Philly.
Shout out to our girl Samantha James, always and forever.
The real cookie too.
The real cookie.